Parents, pause for a moment and ask yourselves, what kind of future am I preparing my child for? Are you raising a strong, disciplined individual ready to face life's challenges? Or someone who will crumble at the first sign of difficulty? The reality today is alarming. A lack of discipline at home is creating a generation that's lost, morally, spiritually, and emotionally. This isn't about blaming society or external forces. It's about looking inward, at the decisions we make as parents every day. Let's dive into how this lack of discipline is shaping our children's future, and what we can do to change it. What if the discipline you think is helping is actually harming? I'm about to reveal 5 critical blind spots in modern parenting. The first one might shock you. 1. Children without discipline become adults. Without self-control, every child needs boundaries. When parents fail to say no, life will say it later, and life's lessons are far harsher. A boy who isn't taught to control his desires may grow into a man who struggles with addictions, laziness, and poor decisions. A girl who isn't taught to respect herself might seek validation in harmful ways, putting her worth in the hands of others. A child who lies without correction becomes an adult who manipulates, deceives, and steals. Discipline isn't about punishing a child. It's about teaching them the self-control they'll need when life becomes challenging. Discipline isn't just about correcting behavior. It's about preparing children to navigate a world that won't always be kind. Without self-control, they're left vulnerable to failure, rejection, and heartbreak. 2. The fall of family values and the rise of moral decay. What has happened to the sacred role of parenting? Once, mothers taught their daughters self-respect and dignity, shaping them into women of strength and grace. Today, too many girls are told to secure the bag at any cost, even if it means losing their integrity. Fathers, once pillars of strength and responsibility, are now often absent, not just physically, but emotionally. Some are too distracted, others too passive, and many too hesitant to lead their families with love and firm guidance. Parents, if we don't reclaim our roles, who will guide our children? With this absence of guidance at home, children are left searching for role models elsewhere. But where do they turn? Social media. TikTok influencers and YouTube celebrities, people who often glamorize vanity, disrespect, and sin, become their teachers. Without a moral compass, these children grow up disconnected from the honor of family, the fear of God, and the values needed to navigate life's challenges. Parents, this is not just a shift in culture, it's a wake-up call. The absence of family values in the home is leading to a generation lost in moral decay. What values are you teaching your children today? Because if they don't learn from you, the world is ready to teach them all the wrong lessons. 3. Spoiling children is not love, it's destruction. Many parents believe giving their children everything they want is an act of love. But in reality, it's the fastest way to ruin them. A child who doesn't work for what they have becomes entitled. A child who faces no consequences for bad behavior grows up believing life is without limits. These children become adults who can't handle rejection, failure, or responsibility. They're unprepared for the realities of life and often end up unhappy and directionless. True love is teaching your child the value of effort, respect, and discipline. 4. Friendship cannot replace leadership in parenting. Parents today often avoid being firm because they fear losing their child's affection. They choose friendship over leadership, allowing harmful behaviors to go unchecked. Instead of saying, "This is wrong," they excuse it. Instead of enforcing rules, they indulge their children's every desire. But children don't need another friend. They need a parent who guides them with wisdom and strength. Leadership in parenting means being willing to make tough decisions, even when it's uncomfortable. 5. The new generation seeks pleasure but rejects responsibility. Discipline was once a normal part of life. Today, it's often criticized as being too harsh or outdated. Schools, society, and even some parents avoid correcting children for fear of backlash. As a result, young people grow up prioritizing instant gratification over long-term success. This is why we see so many aimless young men and women. Men chasing quick money instead of building careers. women seeking validation online instead of valuing self-respect. Families breaking apart because no one was taught how to sustain meaningful relationships. When discipline disappears, so does responsibility. 6. Without discipline, children lose their future. The absence of discipline creates a generation that struggles to cope with life's challenges. Young men fall into addictions because they were never taught self-control. Young women seek attention in unhealthy ways because they were never taught self-worth. Anxiety, depression, and a lack of direction are rampant because no one prepared them for hardship. This isn't just a social issue, it's a parenting issue. By neglecting to discipline our children, we're robbing them of the tools they need to succeed. Discipline teaches children self-worth, resilience, and focus. Without it, their future is filled with regret and missed opportunities. 7. Fix parenting, fix the future. If this cycle continues, the next generation will face even greater challenges. Without morals, discipline, or a connection to God, society as we know it will crumble. This isn't a problem we can afford to ignore. As parents, we hold the power to change the trajectory of the future. Discipline isn't about punishment. It's about preparation. It's about raising children who are resilient, respectful, and ready to take on the world. Parents, if we don't fix parenting now, the future is already lost. Parents, the time to act is now. Reflect deeply. Are you raising your child to face the trials of this dunya with strength and faith, or are you unknowingly leaving them vulnerable? In a world growing harsher by the day, with challenges like wars, moral decay, and spiritual confusion, our children must be prepared to stand as warriors of truth and faith. Set boundaries with love. Teach accountability with patience, and instill values rooted in the teachings of Islam. Remind them of their ultimate purpose, to worship Allah and contribute to a just and compassionate society. The Ummah doesn't need more weaklings. It needs youth who can face life's tests with wisdom, resilience, and unwavering iman. Parents, this is our sacred duty. Let's raise a generation of strength together. Share this message with others, and let's create a ripple of positive change. May Allah guide us and make our children a source of pride for the Ummah and light for the future.